Hello everyone. So today we're going to try to start the tractor. I've been working on the front end a little bit, but that'll be in a different video, so don't mind that as much. I got it jacked up so it's a little bit more level, so hopefully the oil is in the right place where it should be. Last night I took the battery out and was going to replace it, but I tested it and found out that it was actually still good, surprisingly enough. So I charged it overnight just to top it off, and I broke this terminal connector here trying to get it off, and the other one is also seized on there. Well, the bolt is seized. It kind of slips off of there, but I need to cut that off and replace this side as well. So that's what we're going to work on right now. I got the battery hooked up. I got the new ground cable on. We're just going to deal with this. I cleaned up the connections. Hopefully it'll work good enough. So it's in neutral. Let's try and see if it'll turn over now. Okay, well, that's a good sign. It was not sparking though, so at least that I could see. It's definitely not sparking. So engine's not seized, that's good. It didn't look like there was any fluid in the cylinders, so that's good. I couldn't see this side to see if it was sparking, but most likely we're just going to need to what am I trying to say? Look at the magneto, clean the points possibly. Let's put this here and see if this side has a spark. Yeah. Nope. So neither side has a spark right now. So that will be the next thing to work on. Luckily, it's turning over, so that actually makes me really happy. I had not tried to turn this over yet. So something is going right. So now we need to take this off. I have 4 more of these magnetos, so we should be able to make something work at least, hopefully. So I'm gonna take this off and probably just clean up the points and put it back together and see if that fixes it. That was loose. That is probably stripped actually. There's a screw missing there. This only has 2 screws in it. Which, I guess as long as it's sealing, it's not a problem, but odds are it's not. Okay. All right. That actually all looks fairly new in there. The points actually look brand new in it, which is kind of surprising. So what I'm gonna do, I have this 2-sided file. I'm just gonna stick it in here. Hopefully you can see. And then just file a little bit just in case there was some corrosion on there. Just possible, it happens. I guess maybe we'll try that and see if that changed anything. We gotta put the cap back on. Looks like it's in decent shape. This cap has seen better days. Maybe that needs to be a little cleaned up. Might get a little sandpaper, clean that up too. Take a little sandpaper, clean this off. That should be fine. Stick this back on. And then screw these in. The 2 screws that we have. I'm probably going to just replace this with one of the other ones I have, because I mean, I guess as long as that's fine, just maybe a new cap or something. I assume the wires are fine, but who knows if they're in there all the way. Looks decent. So, all right, let's see if we can get some spark now. Still no spark on that side, which means this side probably isn't gonna have spark either. No spark. So, I think we're gonna have to dig into it a little deeper. I mean, I would sure think they're getting a good ground there, but I guess they may not be. I mean, it's entirely possible they're not getting a good ground. I don't really have another way of testing. I don't have something that like plugs into it and then you can just touch it ground. I could. Oh yeah, because it might have not been gaining ground because there's green paint on there, which I thought it was just bare metal. We have this file and stuff. What if we just file spot clean on here? That's definitely. That should be a good ground. Let's try that out. Let's see if I can climb back up here. If I can see it. All right, let's try her out. It did have spark. Okay, so I just wasn't getting them grounded, which is fine. So we have spark. So now I can get the spark plugs put back in and we can go from there. Look down there, it's tight. So fuel bowl is definitely gonna be an issue. We can take that off, clean it out. Carburetor, looks like we got some yuckiness on there. I'm not sure what all this does. It's kind of weird. Let's see, here's the throttle, I assume. No, that's choke. This is throttle, which is, I think, one of these up here. That one, I think. Yep. So this top one is throttle, which is super stiff. Maybe I should spray some stuff in there. The choke, I don't know, is that freed up? Yes. Okay. So the choke and throttle are cleared up. I don't know if we should just try putting some gas in there. I don't know what that goes to. Just two wires coming down to nothing. That's weird. I have no idea where that would even be going to. That's strange. Okay. Why don't we... Is there gas in it? There is gas in there. It actually doesn't smell too terrible either. Maybe this has been running fairly recently and I just don't know it. Can we take this up? Okay, that's loose. Let's take the bowl off and see what we got. Ooh, that's actually full. I thought it was empty. Full of what? We don't know. All right. It smells like gas. Some grossness in the bottom of it. Smells like gas. Does it work when I turn it on? Yep. Okay. Why don't I clean this bowl out? Maybe we'll have it running quicker than I thought we would. Let's clean this out so we can actually see inside of it from the outside of it. And then we'll get it back on. So, I mean, there's a screen on there, which is supposed to be there. Probably, oh yeah, that's really gross on top of that. Let's set that in there so it doesn't fall. Yeah, that's not the best. I have a feeling the all of these lines are going to be full of that kind of stuff because that's on the back side. So the gas actually comes up through this way. So yeah, that's not good. Maybe I should take this fuel line off here and see what it looks like in the end. And probably the bowl and everything are gonna look like that, which we could take the bowl off really easy without taking the rest of the carburetor off. Odds are we're gonna take the carburetor off, but darn. I was hoping it'd be a little easier, but I mean, what'd I expect? I know it's been sitting for a while. Wow, that gasket's just deteriorating too. We might want to go get a gasket for this too. Tractor Supply should probably have one for this, honestly. They have a lot of stuff. They had one for my 8N Ford too, so. I think I'm gonna crack this loose here and see what the line looks like. All right, we pretty much have one of every wrench now, so hopefully we'll have something that will fit. Let's try this one on here. It's a little loose. But this one too big. I mean, they're not metric, so I don't get why they're so loose. There we go. All right. Looks like we got, ooh. Okay, well that's a good sign. It's actually clear. Okay, I'm gonna take this side off too, just to see. That is also spinning. It's not supposed to, so. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. That might be why. There we go. All right, get that one off there, that off there. Doesn't look incredibly terrible. I'm actually gonna spray some fluid through this, make sure it's all cleared out. Yeah, that definitely needs cleaned off. But I kind of want to spray some starter fluid or something up in there, or a carb cleaner, and just clean it out good. And then we'll go from there. Gotta get all this out of here. All right. Ugh, don't inhale that. That was bad. That actually looks better. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Okay. I'm gonna call that good. I need to clean this off too though. All right, as clean as it was new. Well, we can try to start it and see if it pulls fuel through and go from there. I don't know which is wide open throttle. That's probably idle there, because that would be the idle screw, I'm assuming. So we'll want it pulled to there. I don't know what this lever does, and it's also seized, so. Yeah, it's this arm here, which goes somewhere. It goes to here, which goes to, I don't know. I don't know where that one goes. I guess let's just try to start it and see what happens. Well, nothing much yet. And the bowl isn't filling up, so that's definitely gonna be a problem. So while the battery's charging, I decided that I'm going to replace the engine oil and the filter. I already drained the oil and it didn't look the best. It was mostly gasoline and there wasn't very much in there. So that could be part of the problem I'm having, where the engine is like
stuck or something because there's not very much oil in it. So hopefully we can get this replaced and it will want to spin more freely. Not quite sure how this works. I have a feeling this is gonna be a big mess. Oh, there we go. So I did get about 10 quarts out, but I dumped a quart in just to see if the level was right, which it was low. And then I decided to just drain it because I wasn't sure what was in there, if anything. And yeah, it was mostly all gasoline. So there was a chance that it was just emptied and filled with gasoline for some reason. I don't really know, but it's pretty thin. So it'll definitely be good. I'm putting 10W30 in there because it seemed like I got the original owner's or operator's manual for this. So it said 30 weight. And in cold weather 10 weight, so I just figured 1030 would probably be good enough. Okay. And there's the filter. It's a John Deere filter. Wow. It's interesting. Huh. Well, I have a Napa filter. Don't know as though it really matters, but figured they're the only ones close around here that would actually have it in stock. John Deere dealer might have it in stock, but I didn't feel like paying double for it, so figured I would just go to Napa. Let's see what's underneath here. Not much. Doesn't look like there's a gasket or anything. I don't know if that's normal, but whatever. Find our filter here. Make sure it matches up all right. What we got here? Oh, there are gaskets. So that's good. Appears to match up correctly. So that's good. It's weird that there's two gaskets though. Maybe it's because there's two different options for a gasket in here maybe. I think I'm gonna need to pry that out of there. It's probably because there were two different sizes of little caps here. So I'm gonna get a pick and pick that old gasket out of there. It was pretty hot and unbearable earlier, so I had to quit and come back, but I got the old gasket out and the new one in. So you can see there's a new rubber gasket in here. The old one is sitting here and it was very crusty and very hard to get out. So it's good that we got that out of there. So now we need to put the new filter in right here and then screw this back onto the bottom. And we should be done. I got the filter back on. Right here is the level indicator. So when you fill it up with oil, you fill it up until it starts coming out of this valve here. So I have this open. So when it gets full enough, it should come out. And the manual set that I have says it should take about 11 quarts. And it says this is the fill for it. So I'm going to fill that until it starts coming out of there. All right, you can see it started running out, but I turned that off and kept going because the tractor still is sitting low in the front, so it's not going to be quite accurate.
So I have 10 quarts in there now, so I'll save the last one after I get the front end back to where it's supposed to be.
All right. Slide out of it. Slide out of there. There we go. Looks like that gasket's shot. And it really looks like, yeah, that was off. That's full. That was open. Alright, let's go take a look at this.
So I got this carburetor rebuilt, and now I'm gonna go throw it back on the tractor and see if it will run. Hopefully it will.
Alright, once again, let's try to start the tractor.
This has been charging for quite a few hours now, so hopefully both of these batteries will have a good amount of charge in them. Let's go for it.
Man, it just doesn't want to go. Man, it gets a puff, but it just won't fire off. Pressure is good. I don't know if it's charging.
Holy cow. Wow. I wonder if it'll just start back up again. I don't know what's up with it, but it doesn't want to just fire back up again. I feel like it's still maybe a spark issue. Maybe it's just, it's really sporadic or something. I might have to look into that. Well, you can see that we got it started finally. It isn't running the best. It doesn't want to idle quite perfectly, and it wouldn't start back up again right after I shut it off. So I think I need to look into the magneto. I think it's just getting an erratic spark, and I have 4 other ones that I can mess with. So I might take that one off and switch some parts out and see if I can get it to run any better. I also noticed the generator or alternator, whichever one of these it is, was shaking on there pretty good. So it may need a new mount or something, or maybe it's just not working at all because it wasn't charging when it was on. So still some things to work out, but it does run. It sounds pretty awesome, so I'm really excited about that. I'm working on the front spindle pedestal thing next, and I did actually receive a new shaft and steering shaft and stuff today. It's not the one I ordered, but I'll probably tell that story in that video. So thank you for watching. Consider liking and subscribing, and we'll see you next time.